Why the U.S. contend the Israeli-Hamas war. U.S. officials have stated their objectives in this conflict as follows. 1. Firmly supporting Israel. 2. Preventing the spread of fighting beyond the Gaza Strip. 3. Freeing hostages taken by Hamas. 4. Helping ease the humanitarian crisis. Ending the Israeli-Hamas war is not on the list. Here's why. 1. The U.S. backs Israel's main objective. Israel aims to eliminate Hamas. The plan for this remains uncertain. The U.S. is pushing for pauses in fighting, but it doesn't support a more extended ceasefire. According to John Kirby, a ceasefire may benefit Hamas.
We still don't believe that a general ceasefire is appropriate at this time.
2. Degrading Hamas serves U.S. interests. Hamas, a proxy of Iran, opposes the U.S. Dismantling it weakens Tehran's influence. Hamas destabilizes the region. This poses a threat to U.S. economic and security interests. The group doesn't acknowledge Israel's right to exist. Thus, it hinders a two-state solution. 3. Israel might ignore the U.S. regardless. The U.S. has powerful tools to pressure Israel. Options include threatening to cut military aid. Another tool is abstaining from defending Israel at the UN. It could also halt efforts to normalize diplomatic ties with Arab nations. But the U.S. rejects such measures. Israel doesn't always follow Washington's advice. U.S. officials have long urged Israel to cease building West Bank settlements. These appeals haven't proven effective. 4. The U.S. fears a wider conflict. It aims to avoid overreacting in its response. Biden ruled out deploying U.S. troops to the war. He also cautioned Israel against occupying Gaza. There's a risk of Washington being drawn into another war. Hamas operates independently, but Iran supports Hamas to pressure Israel and the U.S. Houthis and Hezbollah serve as Iranian proxies. This network poses the risk of Iranian intervention. It could lead to a potential two-front battle for Israel. The U.S. doesn't need another crisis in the Middle East. 5. Deterrence isn't working. The U.S. has deployed a carrier fleet to the eastern Mediterranean. More fighter jets are being sent to the region.
Be careful,
Biden said as a warning, but the message is unlikely to have an impact. Hezbollah remains unfazed. The group warns of potential entry into the war. Hezbollah's deputy leader held a rally, saying,
"We are present and entirely ready, and we are following along moment to moment."
6. The Israeli government ignores Biden's advice. Biden openly supports Israel. During a trip, he called himself a Zionist. He joined a meeting of Israel's war cabinet. His main achievement is sending aid to Gaza. Allegedly, he also privately advised Israel to be restrained in bombing. However, his advice goes unheeded. In practice, his stance legitimizes Israeli actions. This harms Washington's relations with the Arab world. King Abdullah II of Jordan, a key U.S. ally, said,
"The message is loud and clear. Palestinian lives matter less than Israeli ones. Our lives matter less than other lives."